Good afternoon. Welcome back to 2 p.m. with the Trigger. I'm Rich Bontrigger, more commonly known as the Trigger, helping you shine on cameras and shine on stage by helping you amplify your brand authority through the power of media. The power of media. Wow, it is a Thursday. No, yes, it is Thursday. I am so confused this week, everybody, but that's great. That means we're having fun. We're energized. We're doing what we love to do. Yes, I'm here to better help you show up on camera and stage in a powerful, fun way. And coming up, we have the Standout Summit. Shannon Peal and the Market Appeal Group is putting this on. I'm helping to co-sponsor and co-run it. And today we get the chance to meet another one of the amazing speakers, hosts, partners, and Lillian Sue is going to be joining me live here. Lillian, welcome to 2 p.m. How's it going today?
Hey, Rich. Thanks for having me. It's going really well today.
So you're going to be speaking at this amazing summit. We're going to have 15 presenters over 5 days. And what's going to be your main topic, your main area of expertise that you're sharing?
I'm going to be talking to folks about how to use the power of public relations to raise brand awareness for their companies.
So public relations. So that's not quite PR. That's a little bit different than PR, correct?
It is actually very similar in the sense that you are learning how to share your story through things like earned media, like interviews, like we're doing right now. Things like reviews, live events. There's also other aspects such as paid media, like sponsored ads and everything, and also thought leadership. So writing guest articles in places like Forbes, Entrepreneur to really get your message out there about who you are, why your story matters, and why people should listen to you.
And again, this is going to be a 5-day event. You and I are just part of the 15 people. The amazing, crazy, high energy Shannon Peal now joins us. She is the orchestrator of the Standout Summit. Great to see you, Shannon. Great to have you with us.
Hello.
So when you just heard us talking here a little bit about this whole side that Lillian's going to bring to us, can you also tell us a little bit about what else is going to be in store besides Lillian and me rocking the stage?
Oh my goodness, there's so much. Like, okay, a ticket includes, you ready for this? 15 live presents, 5 panels, 2 networking sessions. You can come and network with other attendees and speakers. Plus, you get all the replays, and it all comes together into a digital interactive book, which is totally different than anything that you've ever seen. This is not what you get on Amazon, completely different. And you get it before we do the book launch on March 20th. And the retail price of that is, and the ticket's only $25. So there's a lot of things that are going to be going on. I'm going to be talking about how to know what you want to be known for. Rich, you got the how we look good on stage thing going on. And Lillian, you're there to let us know how to get into the publicity. And if you want to know more about that, Lillian is on. So take a gander over onto the podcast world, your favorite podcast player, and listen to Lillian as she lets us know more about how to get into the news media. We've got people talking about content. We've got people talking about digital footprint, how to guide those people to the most important piece of your digital real estate. We've got people talking about many people. I've got brain burp here.
Well,
I am
so
sorry.
Time for more
there is so much. Go to the website.
Over the next 2 weeks, over the next 2 weeks, we're going to be featuring each of one of these amazing people. And like Lillian, again, you're in this publicity side. So do you personally work more on the print side, the video side, the audio side, press releases? What's your superpower specialty? If you had to say from all that publicity stuff out there, what would it be?
I actually do several different things. I help coach entrepreneurs on how to learn how to build their own strategies and launch campaigns and things like that. So through coaching, we're sitting down and I'm doing one-on-one sessions with them and talking to them about, okay, what are your goals? How do you feel about publicity? What do you want to do? And what's stopping you from getting out there? Actually, one of the big things that I talk to my clients about is very much mindset and what plays into some of their limiting beliefs surrounding why they're afraid to get out there and to share their stories, why they feel like, oh, I can't make publicity work for me unless I have $20,000 and an audience already in the thousands. So I help them work through a lot of that in the coaching side and teach them things about how to put a media kit together, how to put a media pitch together, how to find the right people, the right media outlets that they actually want to build relationships with in order to get the right audiences in front of their stories, right? On the campaign side, that's where I actually work with them to build out a whole campaign. So when we talk about what their goals are and where they want to go and where they want to be featured in terms of podcasts, in terms of TV, in terms of online blogs or magazines, things like that, I actually step in and bridge the gap between them and the media, and I do the media relations portion for them. So I'm the one that's actually going out there and sending the pitches, scheduling the interviews, and helping them secure that press coverage. And then when it goes live, what I do is I help them share it on social media, because a lot of the entrepreneurs that I've worked with, a lot of the ones that come to me just for advice, have said that they've gone through that process before and not seen results from it because the people on the other side haven't done anything to share it.
So last night we talked about that on my show. That was one of the conversations. And Lindsay Phillips was talking about that's a shame. That's a black mark against people that you're not co-amplifying, co-share. Shannon and I spent a lot of time talking about this as we work with the collection of people speaking. Shannon's stressing, push it out there, everybody. Push it out when they're with it. Help Rich and I push it out. How do you encourage people, Lillian, to do that? What do you do to kind of twist their arm, encourage them to push it out?
Well, one of the big things I tell them, Rich, is that you spent so much time and energy doing this research to get in front of the right people, to build those relationships and that rapport, and to spend that time on that podcast or on that blog or whatever it is that you're doing, talking about your story. If you don't share it, it's going to be like you never did it at all. Right?
Exactly.
You spend all this time and energy, and because you're not willing to see it through, no one's going to know about what it is that you do if you're not putting it out there. And that's something that I stress with all of my clients. It is that you have to be willing to take that first step to talk about what you do, why you do it, and how you do it in order to really get your message out there, because no one is going to come waltzing up to you and say, I want to sign you to a $30,000 contract to do, XYZ for my company, if they have no idea what it is that you do. And
exactly.
The first step in
we talked about this. Sorry, Lillian. We talked about this last night or the other night, where, as a podcaster, I have people come on, and then I've even had them unsubscribe from when I'm telling them how I'm promoting it. So,
right.
They're coming onto the podcast thinking, oh, I get to talk to a new audience. They're going to come over and buy from me, and they're going to go from Shannon's show over to my show, or they're going to go from Shannon's show to whatever I'm doing. Well, if you take what I want, instead of going, okay, you know what, this is a piece of content that we've built together, that we've put together and we're going to push out together in order to give you credibility and authority. This is a free piece of content. You've got a content creator, piece of content for you. Why aren't you using it?
Well, and to go to that point, Shannon, you have made templates for us. You have said, here's the push out email. You are going to be making that amazing book that's going to be amplified. You're actually making it easy for us to go wrap this up and do this. So if we don't, shame on us. Thank you for all your hard work, but no one really cares.
Right. Well, I learned a lot from podcasting. And when I did when I launched my show, I did 100 podcasts in 100 days and then created the podcasting book that with tons of information in there about why do people choose to listen to a podcast? What makes them click on that podcast? What makes them fans? How did teacher brand? So it's all in there. It ended up being 200 pages of information and all my different 100 episodes in there. And as I'm explaining this to the 100 people, I'm getting unsubscribed. I'm getting ghosting. I'm getting crickets.
So Lillian, I'm interested from the publicity side now. What can we do to not be unsubscribed, ghosted? What can we do as we push out our publicity to keep those people active with us? Do you have any tips on that?
It comes down to recognizing that audiences absorb content in different ways. Now, when I look at my own strategy in educating my audiences about publicity and about PR and everything having to do with interviews, I always know that there's going to be folks that would rather read about it. There's going to be folks that would rather watch a video. There's going to be folks that would rather see it summarized in a reel because everybody has super short attention spans right now. And I always joke that you don't want to be sending them an academic thesis. No one's going to read it, right? So it comes down to, really sitting down and saying to yourself, am I doing the best that I can today to give my audience value in what I'm telling them in what I'm doing? Whether it's talking about my products, whether it's talking about my services, whether it's educating them about how things work in my industry, am I doing that? And am I doing that in the best way possible? So, that's why whenever you have a piece of content, Shannon, you and I talked about this, there are several different ways you could take a piece of content like a podcast episode and repurpose that. You could turn it into a blog. You could turn it into images for your Instagram feed. You could turn it into an audiogram video that takes snippets so that people will listen to it for maybe a minute and then go, hey, this sounds awesome. I'm going to go listen to the whole thing. That's what I do on a daily basis. I'm always giving people things in bite-sized chunks to kind of lead them along the journey to, click on my website, to subscribe to my newsletter, to do whatever it is I want them to do in order to catch their attention and then keep it, instead of what I see a lot of entrepreneurs doing, giving them the entire thing at once. If you're putting a 5-minute video out there and people don't really know what it's about or they don't really know you, not a lot of hope there that they're going to sit there and watch the whole thing, right? So I'm always a huge proponent of giving people things in bite-sized chunks in different formats to kind of entice them to go, oh, then I need to go read the article. I need to go listen to the podcast. I need to go watch that video.
So all these things that she's talking about and the problems that I was experiencing, the reason I started with Standout Summit is because I'm getting tired of my stuff not standing out, of not being seen, and my message not hitting the right audience. And that's why we have these 15 speakers coming to give us answers to ensure that that doesn't happen to you. Now, Rich, what are you bringing to the table? Well, I know I'm excited for what you're going to be doing.
Mine's all about leveraging this wonderful place called TV, the video medium that we now have. Everything from the shorts to the long to the streaming content, but you are the brand authority of that. You are the actual brand, not your Twitter, not your Instagram, not all the stuff we push out. You are actually the brand. And as the brand, how you show up here makes a world of difference. You have to know how to engage, communicate, body language. You need to show up as a full authority. And when the lights and the camera go on, you need to own it. And there's a sense of entertainment and information. There is a sense of knowing how to leverage this medium. And too many people are showing up like, hi, Shannon. Hi, Lillian. It's great to meet you here today. And it's really boring. It's really bad. And instead of having that flow, that persona, people want to have it feel natural, but know it's really kick butt. that you're really rocking it, but it also feels natural for you. Figuring that out with your brand, your persona, that's what we're going to be talking about. It's helping you get better at that. So when they do hit click, regardless of what size or what it is, when they hit click, they're going to like you even more because you really own your brand authority.
Now, we had Rich do a bit of a coaching thing for our speakers last Friday, and he will be doing it again this Friday to help our speakers to rock the stage and to get better. And one of the things that he taught me, I am trying to do right now, which is that
the chicken wing,
where you're staying within the hard when you are a person that goes like this all the time to keep them things small.
Yeah. And those are some of the media tricks.
You're so full of information, and I can't wait to hear your presentation. It's going to be amazing, as well as everyone else's. But the big thing is, I am so lucky to have Rich co-host with me all week.
Well, wait till the end of the week. Lillian, let's see what she says at the end of the week after we've done this for 5 days together. So, Shannon, it's going to be January 30th through February 3rd. I've already put in the chat where people can find the link and come and join us. Final words from you, Shannon, and then from you, Lillian, as we wrap up our 2 p.m. here today. What final words do you have to say to bring people in?
Well, get your ticket today, because starting next week, anyone that got a ticket early will start getting pre-event benefits. Woo! And this is a secret. We don't know what it's going to be. It's a surprise, but there are going to be lots of benefits for those speakers who. Now, if you're thinking, oh, January 30th to January 5th, hey, you get a replay and you get the book. So it doesn't matter if you can't be there from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, because you will have access to it for when you can be there. And there's going to be so much more in the book than that's there during the week. And you get it before anyone else, and you get it for less than what retail's going to be.
There you go.
Hit that link.
That's a great pitch. Okay. There's one gone. Lillian, what would you say to people? Why do they need to come and join us for the Standout Summit?
I think that if you're an entrepreneur who's been banging your head against the wall when it comes to being frustrated with your online results, when it comes to saying, I'm plateauing, I'm stuck, I need help, this is the place that you should go to hear from myself, from Rich, from Shannon, and all of our other amazing experts who are trying to help you get some tips, some tricks, and education on how to stand out and get your voice and your brand heard out there. So, if you're frustrated, if you feel stuck, this is the place to go.
You don't want to miss it. Coming up January 30th, we go live for the first day, which is like a general open house day. Come and figure out what the heck is going on. Shannon and I will be moderating and having a great time on that. And then you want to stick around for the rest of the week to see all these amazing people. And again, publicity is a huge one. Lillian's going to give us some deep dive stuff. We don't want to give it all the way here. So you got to come join us. But publicity is a huge part of growing and scaling. So come and join us. Register for it. Grab that link in the chat. And we'll be back tomorrow with another guest, another one of the rock stars of the Standout Summit, as we continue on for this week and next week, preparing you for one of the most anticipated streaming live events of 2023, the Standout Summit. Until tomorrow, I'm the Trigger, Rich Bontrager. We'll see you back here at 2 p.m. with the Trigger. And surprise, surprise.